Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at Solana, seeing what's going on. Got a lot of requests from this one, obviously, just mainly because, well, we have a long position open that's averaged in at maybe about, I think it's 97, if I'm not mistaken, which coincidentally is one of those resistance levels we got to be mindful of based on fib level. So we're going to talk about that and just the likelihood of the price continuing upwards. Bitcoin is back up over 43,000. That is leading to this initial increase. Just keep in mind, we're still establishing lower highs and lower lows until we can break above 96.50 as a close approximate. We're going to be in a situation where we could presume the price continues lower. But we do break this lower range, we could very well see a nice little recovery on our hands here. This coin is very good about recovering quite swiftly, so I would just be mindful. Keep your head on a swivel. We're going to be just fine, folks. Either way you look at it. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below. You can access some of our trade signals. We are just kind of having a good time here today on how fake Bitcoin can be. It's like, okay, great, we got all full confirmation, and then instantly the price dumps. Anyways, congrats on our community here for some nice little shorts. Matic 9%, Chainlink 9.5%, another Chainlink, Solana, AVAX. We took a small stop loss there from Solana, and then of course recovered with another short. This was a long, of course, from Solana and Ethereum as well. So nice little 24 hours there, or sorry, that's more like 4 hours. The last 4 hours or so, we saw some good profit there from our Premium Plus group. Premium group, we're still waiting on some trades to come through, and honestly waiting for some confirmation. So if you're hoping to get more signals, I'm hoping to send them too, folks. Trust me, it's not it's a two-way street there, and I can assure you that I'm not sitting out just waiting. Technically, at this point, we're just confirming that we get some confirmation from Bitcoin before taking a bunch of trades, because Bitcoin's kind of on this really ridiculous situation right now where it just keeps on fluctuating up and down, and it's hard to get confirmation on it, honestly. So truth is, when things like that happen, sidelines is the best place for you. All right, so let's quickly note here a couple things. This is the monthly for Solana. You can see a heavy amount of liquidation at about 92.50. So that level has been tested a little bit here today. Almost got swept, but nothing quite yet. So keep in mind, if the price can't recover for Bitcoin here soon, that would probably be the next area of focus, is that low $92 range. Again, that's the monthly time frame. Once more, $107 is also that upper level liquidity. 7-day look back here. This tells us a different story, but also very similar, where we can see that basically $93 mark there, where the price action has some liquidation, and again, heavier concentration between 102 and 104. So all in all, that's roughly what we're looking at here. Interesting stuff, but does that really mean the price is just going to keep going lower? Not necessarily. A lot of times liquidation levels are right there because they're at key level supports. So just keep in mind, those tend to kind of be fairly synonymous in a lot of ways. So having said that, we can see why we have a support there, because the most recent low is right here at this range, about 92.80, up as low as about 93, if you will. And we can see that lower level of liquidity just got swept here. Is there more liquidity here? Yes, there is still more at the $92 mark. So just be mindful. Price could come down one more leg down. If that occurs, it might be worth considering opening a short position, just based on the simple fact that Solana would be sweeping that level of liquidity, and Bitcoin would probably be on this way down at that point. At this situation here, though, right now, is if Bitcoin can just kind of stay between 43 and 44K, I think a lot of altcoins are going to start to recover and just do their thing naturally, because it's just been a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market that's causing the price for a lot of good altcoins to bleed out. We had a doji candle form yesterday, another one so far here today. So again, all the more reason why I want $96 or higher for a closure, preferably $96.50 to get up over that key level resistance. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but when we take a look at some traditional indicators, we can see stochastic swinging down. Money flow index is still high, and RSI is still over 50 or at 50. Those are still bullish signs. I know it's not like, wow, this coin is just taking off right now. It's pulling back, yes, but we're still maintaining that support, okay? And that's an important thing. So the daily time frame is not all that bad. We do have a MACD divergence here. Keep in mind, this could easily become an MACD-FU where the price just bounces off. A lot of other factors are involved here, right? So we don't just, again, take a trade based on one thing, but the truth is the MACD is trying to diverge, implying further downside is potential. We have that potential reality. Once more, most of this hinges on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to sell off, we'll see the same thing here for Solana, but all we need is some stability from Bitcoin and we'll be in better shape, okay? Again, if only we could get what we want, right? Bitcoin, just stop being an idiot. It'd be nice. Anyways, however, we look at that. We can see this candle wick down to this low level at about 93 30. I mentioned this previously being somewhat of a support level based on being a recent resistance. So we kind of pull these two little support and resistance levels out. We can kind of see 92 to 93, 93.30 rather, is a decent little support range there, okay? So this could be that pivot point, that bouncing point. Oftentimes most recent highs where the price tends to put itself into a nice little pattern, if you will, where it retests that level multiple times. That'll likely be a new support. Okay. Again, we continue to retest this level though. There's a strong chance it will break down. Okay. So we just got to be mindful of that. But a couple of retests isn't that terrible, especially when we see some other bullish quality. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, is this bullish? Definitely not. We're underneath 50 on the RSI. Stochastic RSI is swinging up for the second time. This could mean we have a lot more strength. And then of course we can see the money flow index is increasing, but it's still fairly low. So again, not a lot of bullish signs here on the 4-hour. Let's quickly double check the moving averages. We are maintaining ourselves barely above the 100, so we are on our last leg of defense. Okay. So again, 4-hour time frame looks like it wants to break extremely bearish. It's already bearish, don't get me wrong. It's not like we haven't been here for a little while, but the truth is it's been a lot more bearish than it should have been, partially because we saw this ugly candle wick here from Solana being down. If you caught the news here, essentially that there was a mainnet downtime. I think it was down roughly, what is it, 5 hours? Yeah, right there. So again, it's just one of those things where you kind of gotta think about it. All right, so take a look here at about the current price action. Well, is 95.50 a good sign? Not really. We need to be up over 96.50 once more. And let me talk about that here and just confirm a couple of other things. Ichimoku Cloud on the hourly. This is another reason why 96.50 is important. It's kind of that level here of Fibonacci, which we can see it's basically 97, but 96 is also extremely important level. 96.50, just based on that being the most recent high here, and getting above that most recent high would break our lower low, lower high pattern. Okay, so it's extremely important for trend reversals to be able to break that. Okay, so let's just make it kind of a little clearer for us here. So if we kind of draw a line out here, we can see that's essentially the resistance level. In other words, the price tried to break through, couldn't, and then it came back down. So it'll continue to do that until it doesn't, okay? And when it doesn't, that's when we can kind of presume we've broken free from this lower range. So we can see this here, we're in this range, so to speak, where the price is kind of within there, okay? If we break above this range, this previous resistance can turn into a support level and allow for us to pivot higher. And what happens there too, it isn't just lines on the chart, folks. It's basically a point of contention where a lot of sellers are like, we're gonna sell at 96.50. This is good value, we're gonna make money off of this. Once that level continues to be retested, it becomes a support because then the perception changes from this is a good value to this is no longer a good value and I want to buy more of it at this point. And there's more bulls than bears trying to acquire at that price point because they feel the price has been held down for so long. That's a good value. Okay. So again, a lot of psychology kind of goes into this, if you will, on the back end as far as why these lines are important. So those oftentimes run concurrent with Fibonacci retracement. Either way you look at it here. Again, closure at 96.50 to me is ultimately important. It doesn't necessarily have to happen today, but it has to happen soon, right? So today could literally do one of these. And then sometime tomorrow it breaks free, right? But if we cannot close a nice solid couple of candles, preferably even a 4-hour candle above 96.50, we're probably going to see the price continue lower, okay? And if you do take a look at this, this trend line here, we are getting closer to retesting it. Sorry, let's go ahead and just pull it out here. And this is not an exact line here, folks. We saw a little break above, but generally speaking, we're retesting this level, this range here, establishing lower lows and lower highs. Breaking free from that descending trend, but also above 96.50 would not only put us above the cloud, it would put us in a confirming factor where we've broken that descending trend, and that could essentially become the new pivot point, right? Could continue to bounce and continue higher. So those are things we're looking for. That's why these little things here are important, these trend lines, and just all the more reason to be patient, okay? So again, is this exact? Not exactly, but it's certainly a good start. So to me, that's going to be what I'm looking for here for confirmation to the upside. Closure above 96.50. It doesn't necessarily have to happen today, but I would say leading into the weekend would be awesome. Really just depends on how Bitcoin behaves. Again, Bitcoin 43.2. It's not a terrible place. Definitely looking like we're in decent position right now. Okay, so that's where we're at. What are your thoughts? Comment below. Love to hear it. If you want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is a site. Make sure you check out Bitunix. Yes, they have an awesome trading competition. We're going to actually have one here soon. I'm meeting with our affiliate here in just a couple of hours. and we're going to make sure that we bring some good opportunities for you. You have to use my link to register, but great news is you use my link, you get some awesome benefit rewards. No KYC or VPN for these guys. Highly, highly recommend it. I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.